So I'm having to have a lot of hard conversations today, um, and it makes me think of how that affects me with maybe it's codependency. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Years ago, I was really able to do hard conversations and know that I could do it lovingly. I had an idea of how I wanted to do those conversations and also the outcome. If somebody got mad, I knew what my response would be. If somebody was accepting, I knew what my response would be. I'm a Enneagram 9, so I'm a peacemaker at heart, and so I like to make sure that there's peace in the moment at the end. That doesn't always happen in hard conversations, but these particular conversations are hard because I feel the leading of the Holy Spirit in a way, and those are hard. Not everything that is, you know, I guess maybe the way I could say it, that not every answer to every question is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. And actually, if we are in recovery or we really understand who we are, the answer is no a lot of times. In codependency, we say yes to everything because we feel a value out of being needed, a value out of saving a person or saving a thing. And so codependency can be very tricky in this way. So a big part of growing in your life and boundaries and recovery, in your faith even, is knowing when to say yes and when to say no. And then also the Bible even says, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. So know why you are saying yes and saying no. And in hard conversations, I'm never going to be mean. I have to remind myself I can get a tone if I'm pushed, but also at the same time, have to not take on the emotional baggage of what the other person is feeling. That's really hard for me, especially right now. I think maybe if my life was a little more stable, I would feel different. But I'm going through my own journey with depression and journey with codependency, and just in general, life can get me up. I have ups and downs just in a regular week, not to mention when I have hard conversations or something throws me off. So the way codependency hits in that, maybe it's different for you. If it is, you can let me know that. But there's this, first off, I take on the emotion of the person that I'm talking to. And that may be an empath thing too, although I don't think I'm an empath. But those of you that are, you take on the emotions of the person in front of you, and feels very compassionate. Codependency is more like I take them in to try to fix them. Like, oh, I can make this better. I can fix this. I can do these things. And sometimes, actually a lot of times, it's not my role to fix things. If God is leading, then God has a plan. And if God is leading in your life, then to stop his plan is to take control back from God. And that's not something that we want to do either. So, hard conversations, codependency maybe, how it affects us emotionally is key. So there are some things that we can do coming into that. First make sure that we're centered. And I don't always do that. I procrastinate the conversation until it just happens. And so I'm trying to take some moments now to center myself on Jesus. We can learn some breathing techniques, and also, to be centered and balanced coming into a conversation keeps us from reacting to the other person and taking on whatever emotional energy they give you. That's hard, but it is possible. So, for all of you that have to have hard conversations this week, or this month, or whenever you watch this, I feel your pain. lean into Jesus, especially, I mean, if you're a believer, Jesus is all of your power and all of your strength. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically, Jesus really is our strength. And our love relationship with Jesus makes all the difference. Other than that, you know, getting some good practical things to do, breathing, being centered when we go in, and not like making the mental and emotional thought to not take on the other person's energy. So that is my thoughts for the day, and I hope you guys have a great day.